I wanted to just share with you, on Friday we did a really nice ribbon cutting for the renovations at Walmart. It was really nice. The high school band, high school chorus came out and sang and played, and it was a really nice ceremony. I know we've got some pictures here to share with you. It was a really nice morning. Of course, it was very early in the morning, so like 8 o'clock in the morning we were there, but the high school was all there, and that way they could do that before they went to school. Very nice. It was open to the public, and they had a great group of people just coming to watch, and they do a cheer every morning before they start working at Walmart, so we got to watch them do that. It was really fun. Next, I just wanted to share on Saturday then was the 17th annual New Beginnings fundraiser. They hold that every year to help support the domestic violence shelter. Most of you remember we've had the domestic violence shelter here in Muscatine for a long time, and a few years back we were in danger of losing it, but a group of local people banded together and helped save our domestic violence shelter because we want to keep that as a resource for the women and children in Muscatine. And they were able to do that, and it is now organized through MCSA. We had a great turnout. It was actually sold out, so keep that in mind. But I know even though the fundraiser is over, anytime that you would like to give any kind of help to the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter, just give them a call, 264-3278, drop off a check, drop off any kind of supplies they're always needing, just regular household supplies. So I know that they would appreciate that. Well, I would love to welcome our first guest. She's been with us here before. Her name is Allison Ritchie, and she works for Iowa Workforce Development and has been working really hard on the Mayor's Youth Job Fair this year. Thanks, Allison.
You're welcome.
Hey, this is the second annual, right?
Correct.
So there was one, Mayor Klipsch did one in Davenport. Did he already have his this year?
Yes.
How did that go?
Great.
Did it
Terrific,
really?
yes. Actually, it was a two-parter.
Uh-huh.
So we did two different events under the same umbrella
Okay.
at two different high schools.
Oh, that's,
The
yeah, because
areas.
they had more than one.
Right.
Oh, good.
So it was a terrific turnout. The employers were all stoked and super happy, and the students were as well.
I think it is so much fun to see people looking for jobs and people looking for jobs be able to connect and get together.
Yeah, yep. It's a great opportunity.
It really is. So tell us more about this one here in Muscatine.
So it will be held at the high school in the Commons area again from 3 to 6 on Monday, April 15th. The employers, of course, will be there with their applications or information.
Mm-hmm.
Some employers still have just the online application options.
Oh, sure.
So they'll have their information to be able to distribute to the students.
Mm-hmm.
And then the students can come in, ages 14 and up. Even college students are welcome to come out. But it is not just summer jobs, it's also the jobs that last during the school year as well.
Sure.
So there's ample opportunity for different positions within the community here.
I think it's such a good opportunity for people who are getting their first job. The youth, it can be so intimidating
Yeah.
to go get a job.
Right.
To go even ask for an application. It can be embarrassing and just difficult. And this takes away
Sort
all
of
those butterflies.
a one-stop shop for them.
Yeah.
And then they can also get a little bit of practice beforehand. We'll have a table set up outside of the Commons area and show them how to shake the hand, show them how to make the eye contact.
Very good.
And present themselves, so to speak, and let the employers know what they've done and how responsible they are, or if they haven't done anything, what they would like to do. Or what they would like to learn. So there's a little prep area ahead of time for the students because a lot of them, as you said, have just never done this before.
Right.
So.
And we can't expect that everybody just knows the appropriate behavior or body language or things to say.
Right, yeah. It's great. The students really, really like it when we do that. Just like with any teenager, you walk up and shake their hand, it gets a little awkward. So we try to break them out of that shell a little bit, get them out of their comfort zone and get them more comfortable to go and speak with those employers that are there.
And I've seen some parents come with their youth.
Absolutely, yeah. We are no strangers to job fairs in general. We do them often, and recruiting events and hiring events all through all of the communities that we serve in this area. So yeah, even having the parents come along, there's always an opportunity to have a conversation as well with any employer. You know, it doesn't have to be a teen job, so to speak. It can be any of the employers. As long as our hiring age is 14 and up, you know,
it works.
Right, yeah.
I think sometimes I think it would be a good idea to have a cheat sheet for parents too. I mean, I hire youth at the Y, and sometimes I think parents don't know what their role is either. You know, I mean, when you have a 16 or 17-year-old as an employee, there's still a boundary between what you're going to share with the parents.
Right.
But I think that's difficult for parents to know what the boundary is with an employer.
Yeah.
And I always think that it's important for the youth to take responsibility. If they're sick, they need to call in. If they need a day off, they need to call and get the day off.
Right.
Not have their mother call and say they need off, you know, next Tuesday or what have you.
Yep. Well, and it's up to the employer, of course, on their policy.
Yes.
You know, if you're really, really sick and don't have a voice,
Well,
you're not going to be able to,
of course.
right?
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
there's always exceptions to every rule.
There is.
So
There
it's up to
is.
the different employers.
It's you know, it's their first job.
Right.
I think it's going to be such a good opportunity. There's a lot of employers coming.
There are. Yes.
And a wide variety.
Yes.
I think that's really exciting too.
Yep.
So it's not all restaurants. It's not
No.
all factory work. It's not all.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
We have, do you want me to go through the list?
Yeah, why don't we?
Okay.
Sure.
So the City of Muscatine Parks and Rec Division, looking for the summer youth help.
Sure.
Hy-Vee Main Street, the manager there, Larry. He was just right on board. He absolutely loves doing this and the onboarding, and
Great.
he is super excited to be here again. He had a great time last year.
Good.
So
he has garden center too. So it
Yep.
wouldn't be just cashier or
Right.
stock. I mean, there's quite a variety
yep,
there.
yep.
Cooking even.
Right.
probably.
Yeah.
Because they have their little grill.
Job Corps will be there as well to talk with students about the programs that they have. So they also run training programs as well, on the job training and different training programs. So essentially, just a quick breakdown of what Job Corps can do is give you an associate's degree for free
Wow.
for students.
That's excellent.
Yeah, so the representatives from Job Corps are also housed out of our center in Davenport.
Oh, okay.
So
I
I
didn't
spoke with
realize
her
that.
and had her come down. So she'll be down here to talk to the students also. Culver's, Muscatine Power and Water. The Brew are looking for servers. The Merrill Hotel for banquet servers and hotel staff. And then we will have Walgreens and the Census Bureau and Lutheran Living, Lutheran Homes. But the other one I was a little excited about when I received their registration was a carpenter's apprenticeship program out of the Quad
those
Cities.
are always good.
Yeah, so because not necessarily 14-year-olds can do that, but they can still talk to all of the students about the benefits of getting into an apprenticeship program and seeing it and the benefits of it firsthand. Because sometimes the kids just don't get exposed to all of the trades either.
Right.
So
And college isn't for everyone.
True.
A good
Correct.
trade job
Yep.
can provide a good life.
Yep. So trying to keep this focused on a job fair and not necessarily a career fair for potential career options, but more who can do the immediate hiring for summer job for the youth is where we were sticking with this. So I'm still expecting a couple other places to sign up. I don't want to throw it out there until we get the confirmation, but it should be quite interesting. And like you said, YMCA, they also signed up to be there as well.
Yep. Lots of summer jobs there. And like you say, even year round. You know, a lot of the youth now, they have a car, they probably have to pay their own, maybe not their car payment, but certainly help with insurance and different things like that.
Gas.
And they go through a lot of spending money too.
Right.
Oh yes, gotta have that.
Yeah.
So The students and parents can expect to fill out an application there, perhaps have a small little mini interview, and sometimes even get an appointment to come back and talk to them.
Yep.
And really get set up.
Yep. They can schedule an actual formal interview with any of the employers, obviously, who choose to. It is a job fair. I mean, these are employers who have jobs available.
They could hire right then.
Correct.
If they wanted to.
Yeah, correct. And I believe it did happen last year.
I think it did.
Without revealing anything.
That's right.
So it's just a terrific opportunity,
Oh, sure.
and places that some of the students might not have thought of either. You know, Lutheran Living out on the hill,
Right.
they hire high school students, and that's where my first job was
really?
in high school. Yep, working in the kitchen.
Oh, sure.
And, you know, dishes and food service and all of that, and then serving the residents and everything. And it was a terrific opportunity just to see how everything there worked with the medical staff, with the therapy and dietitians and everybody.
You got housekeeping, you got yard work.
Yep. All the
kinds of
maintenance.
things,
Yep.
sure.
So you're exposed to all of that while you're doing a job that you were
Right.
hired for. And what are you interested in getting into?
Sure.
So
you could see
it's-
somebody doing something every day and think, oh, I wished I could
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
So from CNAs through the kitchen help, you know, up through LPNs and RNs and
Right.
everybody else. So it's just
And that's one that folks might not think of
right,
away.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might not consider that they do hire high school help.
Sure, sure. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I just really love that there's such such a variety.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
they can really get some good ideas. Sherwin-Williams.
yeah,
So they probably need like just floor help,
correct.
I would think.
Yep, yep. Because of everything that they have there and equipment, there's restrictions,
Sure.
of course, with different ages. But he was interested, the local manager, store manager, was interested in coming out and getting, talking to some students to
That's
maybe get some
great.
summer help.
Sure. Oh, I think that's a great idea. And certainly like KFC, Culver's, you know, they're always going to be busy through the summer
Yeah.
and needing some kind of help. Muscatine Power and Water, what do you think they're looking for? No idea?
I'm not 100%.
Sure. You know, lots of times there's things that we don't even think about.
Correct. Yep. And I believe that for adult positions that Power and Water has, not for teenagers, but besides the linemen and the installers for the cable installers, but also the technicians, the help desk folks, the clerical staff, the office staff. You know, there's cashiers. You know, all
Sure.
sorts of different positions
Yeah.
out there as well, not just the linemen.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I think we need to like broaden our horizon there
Right.
on really what we're thinking
Right.
of the wide variety of different types of jobs that there are.
yeah.
That's great.
And then, of course, the grocery stores that,
Sure.
that are popular among
yeah.
the high school
Oh,
students. So,
And you know, I'm thinking, I was just talking to you recently about my husband retiring, and which is all brand new. And I think the new retirees are looking for similar jobs as youth, because they just want, you know, small little part-time thing here and there to keep them busy too. So so we're all thinking
right.
of what I'll do. Oh, I never even thought of that type
Right.
of job. Or
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yep.
you know, or the theaters. You know, at the movie theater, they probably hire more in the summer too. So
The U.S. Census Bureau.
yeah, tell us about that.
So they will be here for this job fair also. A representative or recruiter from the U.S. Census Bureau will be here. We've been working in all of the counties that we serve with the U.S. Census, trying to help them fill positions.
Okay.
So they are looking for canvassers and address verification staff. Because of the new development, there's development all over the country and all over the state and all over every neighborhood in the last 10 years.
Which addresses we
Correct.
didn't have last
right.
time.
So we got to go through first and update all of the addresses,
Yep.
and then come spring comes the census.
Yep.
So they are looking to recruit. Those jobs are terrific. Because they are flexible. The hours are flexible. You can work as little as 4 hours a week up to 40.
Wow.
In Iowa, they start at $15 an hour to do that. If you're a college student and you're home for the summer but want to continue doing it and you're going off to college somewhere, that you can transfer that
That's
job.
nice.
Yeah, to continue doing that, reduce your hours or what have you, as long as they have work available in that area that you're going to. It sounds like they will. They're ramping up to hire about 1,200 people in this area.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So we've been assisting and helping and getting that. They do, applicants do have to be a minimum of 18.
Okay.
So it isn't necessarily for the younger students at the job fair, but for the seniors maybe.
Sure. Sure.
Definitely a summer job for them if they wanted to work 40 hours. And then when college starts in the fall, they can reduce their hours but keep working throughout the school year.
Okay.
So it's definitely going to be a different opportunity
Sure.
because it only happens once
Every 10
every
years.
10 years.
That's
right.
right.
Yeah. So that's a perfect stop for retirees as well. We're seeing a
It
lot of
is.
retirees coming in to
Okay.
apply for that. So between retirees and youth, that seems to fit the bill.
That's right. And it's not going to be here forever.
Nope. It's only about a year and a half long.
And then it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, this job fair, I think, is just awesome for our community, and I know, and you guys are wonderful to help put that on.
Sure.
What other kind of things, before we finish talking here, I'd like to give you an opportunity to talk about just the basics that Iowa Workforce does
So
in our area.
Sure. So our center, the regional center out of Davenport, serves a 4-county area. And that's Muscatine, Scott, Clinton, and Jackson. And so we cover those areas, work with the employers in all 4 of those counties to try to help fill their positions.
Okay.
Find the skilled workers that they need to be productive and continue to be a business.
Sure, sure.
If individuals happen to lose their jobs or find themselves in between jobs, we're also that source for them as well to be placed into that.
Another job.
Right.
Sure.
So a lot of times what we're finding is that the skills match aren't quite there. So we can help pay for training or retraining to get somebody into a field that they want to work. Yeah. So if you're a production worker and you lose your job but you want to be a welder, that is a high demand area. We can help pay for a welding program.
Isn't that great?
So yeah, I mean, it's
Sure.
just, it's relative,
Uh-huh.
about what is the high demand jobs in this area. So part of what our agency does and all the labor market information, and we study all that as
Sure.
well, and put out the annual reports. What are the high demands? So between individual assistance and then employer assistance, and then we can get into more specifics.
Okay.
Do you need resume help? Do you need some job coaching? Do you need some job interview skill
Sure.
coaching?
Whatever it is.
Anything career related that we
That's
can
great.
help with. And there's never any fees, never any charge for any of the services that we provide. So we're in Davenport Monday through Friday. And then on Mondays, we have a staff person. Her name is Pam. And she comes here on Mondays at the Community Action Office
In the
at the
mall.
mall.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. So she's here every Monday from 10 to 3. They're able to assist individuals if they can't make it up to the Davenport Center. She can help also
That's great.
basic information of unemployment. She can't get into all of it.
Sure.
Unemployment benefit questions or issues, she can certainly help with that, but more focusing on the reemployment services that we have to offer.
That's great. It's easy to forget about Iowa Workforce Development because you're not right here in Muscatine
Right.
anymore. We're used to you being out on Grand Avenue.
Right.
And so you're not there, but you really are still here.
Yeah.
So
Yep. We
you
have a
just have the
presence.
office in Davenport, but you do come down on Monday, but you're always available.
Yes.
Whether it be online, on the phone.
Yes. Yep.
Very
Yep.
good.
So, and we're launching more of on our social media pages as well.
Good.
So on Facebook, it is Iowa Works /Davenport or /Muscatine
Okay.
/Clinton, whatever city.
Okay.
And so we have the individual pages, and then we
That's
also
nice.
share,
That's
share all
nice
of
to
the
be
information.
individualized that way.
Yep.
That's really
So a
good.
lot of the information that gets put out across all of them, so
Sure.
everybody has the same resource. And then any individual events or local employer
Sure.
things we can share out there
That's
as well.
helpful. So we need to get more people liking that Facebook
Yeah,
page.
yeah. Like and share the Facebook
Like
page.
and share that.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
if you need a job, looking for a job,
Yep,
looking to hire somebody.
absolutely. Yep, and
Very
we do help with that. We'll do recruiting events. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
employers will come into the center and just do open interviews. If people are interested, they'll interview them and talk qualifications, and
That's great.
if it works out, you can show up tomorrow. You know, so it's great. It's
Sure.
a great opportunity to help
Sure.
the public, even though the unemployment rate is low.
Very low.
There still are job seekers. There
Right,
still
there
are
are.
people who are separated from their jobs.
That's
So
right.
those are the people that we're helping, and there's lots of employers who are looking to fill
Right.
their needs as well.
And the goal is for everybody that wants to work to be able to work.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you.
Even the high school students.
That's right. That's right. And start them on a good path
Right.
in their working future, because I mean, really they're going to be working the majority of their lives.
Right, yeah.
And so let's get them started right.
Right.
On a good foot, with good skills and good experiences.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
for putting this Mayor's Youth Job Fair together. This is our second annual.
Yeah.
Hope to have it again. So just to reiterate, it's going to be Monday, this coming Monday, April 15th, from 3 to 6 at the Muscatine High School in the Commons area. You don't have to sign up.
No.
Just come on out and we'll get you hooked up. And if you're an employer and still want to participate, they can just what?
They can call me at
Call
the
you
Davenport office.
At the Davenport Workforce Office, Allison Ritchie. All right.
Yep.
Sounds good. Any parting things we didn't share?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Thank you so much. And thanks again. This is a really good opportunity for our city.
You're welcome.
Very pleased.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I wanted to talk as we get ready to segue into our next guest about Spring Cleanup Week. I have had a plethora of questions about Spring Cleanup Week. And really what I want to share with you is just the details. And there were a couple of changes this year. So Spring Cleanup Week is the week of April 22nd through the 26th. And it's going to be held on whatever day would be your normal day. So if your garbage pickup is on Thursday, which mine is, then on Wednesday evening, put out whatever you want for Spring Cleanup Week on the regular night before your regular pickup. And the kinds of things that they pick up are furniture, swing sets taken apart, please. The building materials, they want to make sure that they don't exceed like a pickup load, just an average pickup load size. You can have up to 4 appliances, but remember, not camping refrigerators, because those are more like an air conditioner, and so those have to go with electronics. And yard waste. It needs to be picked up in the city of Muscatine yard waste bags only. Brush, make sure that you tie that up in 18-inch diameters, 4 foot in length, something like that. But the big changes are tires are not picked up anymore, and this was last year as well. Tires are not picked up at your home, but you may drop them off at Public Works. But it's going to be a different week than the regular Spring Cleanup Week, just to try to spread out how much staff time is required. So you can drop off up to 8 car or light truck tires from May 13th to 18th, and that is new this year. Also, you can drop off up to 5 electronic waste items, so computers, laptops, TVs, that kind of thing, from May 6th to May 11th, and there will be no fee for those. Paint, those kinds of things, you can take down to the transfer station as well. Any questions that you have, just call the transfer station or even Public Works, and they'll be able to help you out with that. But
We are looking forward to a really good week. This is a service that the city of Muscatine puts on for its citizens. Some communities have stopped having spring cleanup week. We're very, very fortunate that our city is continuing to hold that service and give us all an opportunity to get rid of the things that we don't want, clean up our city, and certainly we know that some people pick up other items and can use them in another way and keep them out of the landfill as well. So it's a really good opportunity for everyone. So April 22nd through the 26th, Spring Cleanup Week here in Muscatine. Next, I just wanted to remind everyone, you'll see flyers out and about. The Salvation Army annual dinner has been changed a little bit this year. It's on May 17th at Geneva Country Club, but it's also a fundraiser this year for their youth program. So if you see that flyer, please pay attention. We should have it up here on the screen for you. It's going to be TB Mentalism is going to be on as the guest. It's really good local programming. It's going to be a really fun evening. You'll have a meal, you'll have entertainment, we'll have a very brief program, but you'll see on Facebook, just go to the Muscatine Salvation Army Facebook page and you'll have all the information. They're really encouraging people to get out and support our local Salvation Army. We know that they help families in Muscatine year round. Very great cause, very great to be able to participate in that event again this year. And I would like you to join me in welcoming Duffy DeFrance. Most of you remember her as the children's librarian, and she read to our children and grandchildren for many years. And she is working on a public event, building neighborhoods with community gardens, and she is having a friend, Sister McCannon Brown, director of McCannon Brown Homeless Sanctuary of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, is going to be talking on the benefits of urban agriculture and community gardens. Welcome, Duffy.
Oh, thank you so much for letting me be on your show.
Oh, I'm so glad you're coming.
So,
Tell us about the event.
Okay, it's going to be located at the Strawberry Farm Bed and Breakfast
Out on Tipton Road?
on Tipton Road.
Okay.
And you can tell by the old-fashioned house with the big red barn.
Okay.
And there's plenty of parking, and there'll be light refreshments. It's April 17th on Wednesday.
Okay.
1:30 p.m. We thought we'd try to have a meet and greet, and we'll try to have some brochures there from the County Extension Service also.
Very good.
And then McCannon at 2 o'clock will start having a conversation of what they're doing for their homeless sanctuary, trying to find garden spots and
Okay. All around the community?
yes, in there. She was featured on Iowa Public Television, Market to
I love
Market,
that.
not too long ago. And so it'll be interesting to find out how they're doing with their community gardens. And she believes that there's many benefits, such as with health,
Sure.
getting kids and families out in nature, and then also interspersing the arts, music perhaps, along with the gardens.
Oh, sure.
And when you connect people with gardening and have it a neighborhood, it also takes away from the crime and vandalism. So there's many benefits.
Oh, that's right.
And I know we have some community gardens in our Muscatine.
We do.
And
And anybody can use them and get items from them.
I think so.
I believe so. At least some of them are accessible to anyone.
And I believe they share with the MCSA and the
believe
Salvation
so.
Army also. And some of the churches are involved,
Sure.
like Mulford Free
Yes,
Church has
yes.
a community garden. And many of the African immigrants use that.
Really? That's exciting.
So that they
Yes.
can grow their own food that they're used to.
Sure, sure. Their own, their ethnic dishes. I know a lot of communities are going to trees that bear fruit that they put out into the communities so that people can utilize them for food.
I think that's a great idea.
I do too. I love it.
And we'll have to get Dave Cooney on that because
Oh,
he loves to
yes.
plant trees.
Oh, he sure does. So have you heard Sister McCannon Brown?
Not recently, so
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it too because the last few years when I retired from the library, I've been doing community gardening for children.
Oh,
with College for Kids for a number of years, and
Oh.
hoping this will start them plant the seed,
Oh,
then they
you
will
bet.
start their own gardens.
You bet.
And when I was teaching it, the kids found out they can put it in containers or on their
Oh, yeah.
rooftops, have a water garden,
Mm-hmm.
porch garden, deck garden. Even if they have just a small space, you can still have herbs or
No
maybe
limit.
a tomato plant or pepper plant.
Oh, sure. I think it's going to be just a ton of fun learning about this, and I expect there'll be quite a crowd.
I hope so, yes. And they can call me for reservations
Uh-huh.
to make, if you want to find out more details. My number is 563-607-3213.
I think we have the flyer up there, and that has it on there as well. And you have a Facebook symbol here. So is it?
I'm on Facebook.
You're on Facebook under your name,
Yes,
Duffy DeFrance, and that's on there. I believe this flyer is also listed under Strawberry Farm and Bed and Breakfast.
Right.
So if you missed some of the details here, you can access it through there. So Wednesday, April 17th at 1:30 is a meet and greet. 2 o'clock's the program.
Yes.
So the kids will be in school.
Right, but hopefully,
So,
we have invited some of the master gardeners too.
oh, fun.
And I love what they're doing with the community. Sometimes they help out at schools
Oh,
or
yes.
around the community, and that's important. And hopefully the gardening spirit will attract younger people also, and teenagers.
I've often wanted to do the master gardening program. It's time extensive to become a master gardener. There's a very nice long class, which we want it to be because
Right,
they're
right,
special,
right.
Because they've received all this training. And then what I really love about the Master Gardener program is that in order to keep their Master Gardening certificate, they're expected to give back to the community and do different gardens.
And volunteering.
And volunteering in the community and going out and sharing their knowledge. So even some of the parenting programs I have at the Y, Master Gardeners.
Oh,
will
that's
come
great.
And help the young families learn how to do tomatoes on their deck or different things like that that are just so fun.
And I think Hy-Vee is one of the places too where they show how to prepare food, and that's
Yes.
part of the
Yes.
the garden aspect too. Is processing the food and preserving it or using it, and also getting kids started on a healthy eating habit,
Yes.
introducing them
Fresh
to
fruits and
vegetables. I know when at the College for Kids, when I did gardening, we'd have a Nancy Dew from the Hy-Vee,
Hy-Vee,
and they would try different vegetables, and radishes were not popular.
Sure.
Unfortunately,
sure,
but I
sure.
love them. But
I know.
beekeeping is another aspect too
Yes.
that's very important in our community, and I think there's more beekeepers too. So,
I think so.
and we really need bees.
Yes.
And I have a trivia question for you.
Okay.
How long has urban agriculture or community gardens been going on?
How long have
How
they
long?
been going? Oh,
You wanna make a
goodness.
guess?
Do I want to make a guess? Well, I would think the 50s.
Actually, 3,500 years, 3,500 BC.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, they had outside farms, and then people brought it into the villages or the communities of Mesopotamia.
Oh, really?
So 3,500 BC. So that's how long urban garden.
Long time.
Hmm.
Almost forever. Well, I think it's just a wonderful program, and I love the idea of young people getting involved in the community gardens and young families. We've had at the Y, Vera Stokes, she works for Iowa State University Extension, excuse me, and she has came and did some presentations with the families to teach them how to use the vegetables from the farmers markets.
Oh yes, that's
and
another
make
part.
them into a meal, because oftentimes we get this odd-looking squash, and we don't know what to do with it or how to cut it, or do I eat the peel or do I not eat the peel? And so just learning more about the different fruits and vegetables is exciting.
Well, that reminds me of my Aunt Donna. She was raised in the city, and she was cooking beets for the first time for her husband.
Uh-huh.
She forgot to peel them.
Oh,
And so he learned how to eat beets with the peel
I
on.
guess, kind of like a potato
Yes.
almost, yes.
Well, should we move to
Yes,
this?
I think so. Well, so
Just a refresher on this, building neighborhoods with community gardens. Wednesday, April 17th at Strawberry Farms Bed and Breakfast, we will hear from Sister McCannon Brown, director of the McCannon Brown Homeless Sanctuary of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I think it's really exciting, and you can find out more information about that on Facebook. But I wanted to ask you a little bit, Duffy DeFrance, I know you're also on the Muscatine County Arts Council.
That's correct,
And we are in the middle of our second annual?
Fourth.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and last year, some of the students at St. Mary, St. Matthias School participated, and one or two of the students have their poems engraved in the sidewalks
That's
around
what we're
town.
talking about. I guess we skipped a step
It's
there.
this.
I know many of you have been out and around in our city and have noticed that some sidewalks have a poem imprinted in them. Well, we need to find out what poems we're going to put in the sidewalk stamps. And so we're having a contest.
And we've had Murray Swander, the Poet Laureate of Iowa,
Yes.
was our first judge, and then Pat Bieber, and now Misty Urban is going to do
Yes.
the judging.
I've heard her speak. Very
and it's
good.
very.
Yes.
And if you would, I will read one of the poems here.
Yes, please do.
And this is by Rebecca Whitmore, and this was last year's. Wade in where the water flows west, near the city of pearls, blurred by ripples of reflected sky. Eagles dance with halo clouds to songs composed for those who listen. And
Very nice.
there's poems engraved in front of the library. My poem is in front of the Button Museum.
I've seen yours.
And we also have one of them translated into Chinese and one into Spanish.
Oh, down by the Chinese, the museum.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I think the one in Chinese is by the Stanley Building. So if you go around
Yes.
town and Reed
Uh-huh.
Park, you're going to find some of the poems.
I love them. I just love them. I think it's a wonderful program.
And we appreciate the city being involved, too, for doing this.
Oh, we're very, very pleased
And-
to do it.
And the Community Foundation for helping fund us, so
Oh,
I
yes.
should thank them, too. And
So all residents of Muscatine County, students of any age, residents young and old, professional writers and amateurs, all are eligible. Each person may submit up to 2 short poems that are appropriate for the public to share. I just love it.
Well, and this is long lasting. And,
Yes.
the sidewalk's going to be there for a
Yes.
long, long time. And there's entry forms can be found on Muscatine artscouncil.org, or you can go to Flowers on the Avenue to pick up a
Pick one
brochure.
up there.
1113 East 9th Street is Flowers on the Avenue.
Okay.
And there's some at the Wilton Library also.
All right, very good. And get moving on this quickly, though, because the deadline for submissions is April 30th. So everything has to be postmarked by then. I just love this. You know, community art is something that we all benefit from. And I feel like this is a piece of that. And as we go about our community and our daily life, it's just so important to have the different pieces be part of our community and part of our lives, and have our children grow up with that. The city council has just actually started a new committee on
good.
public art, and we're so pleased.
We would love to see like sculptures,
Oh,
more
yes,
sculptures
yes.
and murals and
Yes.
the Arts Council was founded in 1975 to get ready for the bicentennial.
Uh-huh.
So we've been around that long, and we've already started planning for our 26th annual Eagles and Ivory Ragtime Weekend for next January already.
Yes.
And then I'm coordinating the music for the summer concert series.
Oh, nice.
Cruisin' will come back to play
Uh-huh.
rock and roll music.
Good.
So we have a good lineup, I think. And I'll have to come back
That's
later.
yes, you'll
and
have to come back and
can-
talk about that
right.
summer lineup, because that is something
That just around the
really-
corner, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, we have second Saturdays, and then
And then
these are on Sundays.
second Sunday. So
Second Sundays.
it's a good. And last year we had a couple from New York City come and dance to the music. It was just lovely. So if you want to dance, or if you want to just sing along, or just tap your toes, it's free. And so we bring poetry, music, And we also have done art projects with the Muscatine Art Center. And we give money. If you write a grant, want to have money for your arts group, propose it and send it to the Muscatine Arts Council. We'll take a look at it.
That is great.
Yeah.
So where can we find the Muscatine Arts Council? Are they,
We
is
have
there
a
website?
Yes, muscatineartscouncil.org.
And then they are on Facebook also?
We have a Facebook.
Okay, very good.
And also, if you leave, if you want more information, you leave messages at Flowers on the Avenue, because they can track down the
They'll
members.
track you down.
That's sort of our go-to place.
Oh, sure. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for
coming,
letting
Duffy.
me be on here.
Oh, we appreciate it. You'll have to come back and talk about the summer concert
I'll do
series.
that.
There are so many families that really join in and are benefited by that.
I think it's important to have live art, live music, poetry,
You bet.
and bring the arts and get away from your electronic media
Sure.
for a little bit
That's
and
right.
connect
Right.
with gardens, with
Yes.
everything. Thank
and
you.
another plug, this Saturday, the symphony
Oh, yes.
is doing dueling batons.
That sounds great.
Oh, it does.
Everybody should go to the symphony at
Oh.
least once, and the children are free,
It's wonderful.
so
Yes,
introduce them to
children
music.
are always free.
So
That's
that's
right.
it. We have a great community, so let's
We do.
appreciate it.
We definitely do.
And thank you so much for letting me be on your show.
My
And
pleasure. We'll connect for the summer concert
Okay.
series. All right. Thank you, Duffy.
Thank you.
Well, as we get ready to wind down for the night, I just had a couple of save the dates I wanted to share with you. Next Tuesday, our guests are Kim Seligman, and she's hosting the Muscatine Diabetes Walk. And Laura Legis is going to come and talk to us more about the Salvation Army annual dinner and the fundraiser. I didn't do it justice. I just wanted to get that save the date out there. This week on Thursday night is the in-depth city council meeting at 7 o'clock. And one more plug for you. For anyone in our community that is interested in smoke alarms, please go to www.soundthealarm.org and you can sign up for May 4th from 9 to 2. A team of 3 from the Red Cross will come to your home. Of course, they'll set it up with you ahead of time. They'll call you if you go online and sign up. They'll call you, schedule a time for May 4th between 9 and 2. Team of 3 people will come to your house. One will scope out your house for the best strategic place to put smoke alarms, how many you need and where they should be. Another one will install professionally the smoke alarms with the 10-year battery that you don't need to worry about. And another one will help you while they're doing that. We'll talk to you and your family about an emergency plan, how to get out of your home quickly and safely. So wonderful program called Sound the Alarms, soundthealarm.org. So we want to make sure that everybody in our community is safe from fire. Thank you all for joining us. We expect to see you back here next week and certainly hope that you are, so we can learn about the diabetes walk as well as the Salvation Army fundraiser. We had 2 wonderful guests tonight, Allison Ritchie and Duffy DeFrance. We want to give them our great thanks, and we hope to see you next week here on Our City. Thank you and good night.
Our City with Mayor Diana Broderson replays on MPW Channel 9, Wednesday at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. and Thursday at 7 a.m. Of course, we're live every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. on Facebook. Email us at ourcity@muscatineiowa.gov.